back to Trimble Garage. So you never know what's going to come into Trimble Garage, and today I've got a 2017 Mitsubishi Mirage, and this is my daughter's friend's car. Actually, she called me up. Her car broke down. She said the clutch, there was a big bang and the clutch went to the floor. So I did a bit of looking online and potentially a cable snapped. But what I found the problem is with this is it's pretty frustrating. I'll show you what it is and what's involved in making the fix on this. Okay, so looking under the hood, we've got a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder engine, and it is a manual. Obviously it's a clutch, and the clutch cable is right here, and the clutch cable is not broken. What it is, hang on. Underneath the battery on this, you'll see right here is a plastic clutch adjusting screw. So that's how you adjust your clutch cable if it needed it. And what has happened is it's plastic, and the plastic inside here has stripped so that when you push the clutch cable, this entire rod pulls through this way. Instead of it staying stationary in the cable, the clutch, you can't see it's behind the air intake, but yeah, that little plastic nut has stripped. And unfortunately, there's no way you can fix that other than replacing the whole damn clutch cable. They're actually pretty easy to remove and replace, and that's what I'm going to do right now. First thing to do is remove your air intake. I've already cracked these loose. They're a Phillips head or a 10mm socket you can use to get those loose. These ones actually weren't too bad. They can be pretty rusty, but these were pretty easy. So this will just pop off, slide that up out of the way. And what you can see now, see if you can see it. Yeah, right down here is the clutch the lever that operates the throwout bearing. So what you see right here is a cotter pin. You remove this cotter pin and then the cable will slip off of the clutch lever. All right, with that cotter pin out, next thing we should be able to just slip this off. Actually, we're gonna have to move the clutch cable here. There we go. Now, there you go. You just slip that off. And then, I don't know if you can see down here, this will slide through the bracket and pull it up like that. And now the whole cable is loose. So the clutch cable comes right here through the firewall, just right to the right of the master cylinder. And it's held on with, there's a bolt down here you need to undo. And it goes underneath the battery tray. So I'm going to remove the battery to get easy access to that nut right there and remove the whole cable. Always start with your negative terminal first. Take off our battery bracket. These are all 10mm fasteners, both on the battery and on the bracket. Now I think that's all we need because the cable goes around underneath here. With that gone, now all I gotta do is remove this 10mm nut over here. I lied, it's a 12mm nut. That's the side over there, and now this should pop off. I have to get a screwdriver underneath the bracket here to get this off. There we go. Now this cable should pull through like that. All right, so to get the clutch cable disconnected from the pedal, I had to reach up over top, over the brake, and put my hand over top and just slide. You'll feel the cable, you can just slip it off. It's hard to get to. I definitely can't film it, but easy to get off. I don't know how easy it is to get back on. All right, with that cable disconnected, this should just pull right out. There we go. So you can see how this is stripped like this, like completely stripped. Plastic nut. The thing that sucks is, with this on here, you can't get it over top of this end. It's too big around. So I thought, oh, I'll just put a nut on here and just use it. It's a 7/16 20, I think it is. No, you can't. You can't get it over top. So you need to get a whole cable. Rock Auto does not have these. I talked to my local auto parts store. They don't have it. It's a dealer-only item. So if you know of a supply, well, you can get it on eBay and stuff like that. But for me, to get one quick, I had to get it from the dealer. Okay, so it's been a few days, and the part has arrived. Actually, a few days earlier than anticipated, which is great. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I can get this thing out of my hair. But anyway, there we go. New clutch cable. It really would have been nice to see a metal nut on here, some kind of a revised nut, but it's the same plastic one, which means eventually that's going to strip again down the road. But it lasted, that's a 2017. It's only got 80,000 kilometers on this thing, so it's not a lot. It's really pretty sad to see something like that fail so soon. But anyway, maybe it's good for another 80,000. So let's get this thing installed. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the hardest part of this is going to be hooking up this part of the cable to the clutch pedal. So what I want to do is basically extend this as far as it'll go, like that. Push this all the way in so that this is sticking all the way out, so there's lots of room for me to grab it inside. So I'm just gonna slide that under like that, leave it like this, and then go inside and see if I can hook it up. All right, I was actually able to hook that up way easier than I thought it would be. But I can't get it on camera because it's so tight in there. But the way to do it is feed through. You can get your arm up inside and you can just hook it over. It's pretty simple. So now what I'm gonna do is just pull this cable taut like that, because I do not want to have it fall off that pedal assembly. So now we'll hook up, oh, it looks like, I should have put this underneath these wires. That's okay. Slide that through here, underneath the battery tray. Like that. There's a little tab on the metal holder here that slides into a little tiny slot that's in the shock tower here. But anyway, 12 millimeter nut, tighten that up. There we go. All right, so I've got my cable adjusted to full loose. So it's all the way back because I need to be able to slide this cable through this mounting hole. You can just see it right here. Hopefully, not the way I'm trying to get the camera can see it. Put that through there like that. And then I've got actually, like this little rubber tab has to go in here first. Let's see. Yes. So slide the cable through, then this little rubber tab will go through. Now hopefully there's enough slack. Yes, there is, to hook that onto there. Now I can just adjust my nut. To around there, and that should be the cable installed. All right, with that cable adjusted, next thing to do is put a new cotter pin in. Bend that the way the other one was. Like that, and then cut the ends off. Obviously, be careful. Make sure you don't lose this end of the cotter pin and when you cut these, and it goes into your throttle body. Okay, that's that. All right, we'll hook up our intake pipe here from the airbox to the throttle body. And there you have it. That actually really easy job. So next thing I'll do is I will check to see what the clutch bite point is like, if it needs to be adjusted or not. So we'll start the engine up and try that. All right, so there you have it. I just checked the clutch engagement. It seems to be right, starts to engage about a third of the way of the travel through the floor, from the floor. So that's about where I like to have the clutch. So you've got a third from the floor free play, the second third is your engagement point, and your last third is fully engaged, and which is where it's at right now. So all in all, really actually a very simple job to replace that cable. So if you've got one of these, don't get a dealer to do it. Do it yourself, man. All you really need is a 10mm wrench, a 12mm for a socket for that stud, and just some a flashlight to get under the dash. It's really a very easy job. So anyway, thoughts and comments down below. I hope you learned something, and if you haven't subscribed already, think about doing so. I've got a lot more videos coming up here pretty soon. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Have yourself a great day.